and a woman trapped on a deserted island were splashing around in a lake for fun, but once the two of them went underwater, they were shocked to discover two corpses beneath the surface. Under the bodies sat a briefcase. The couple hurried over to the corpses. After searching for a while, the man found only a wallet on one of the dead bodies. Other than that, there was nothing, just the briefcase. Judging from the material of the case, it was likely holding something valuable. Since the briefcase was extremely sturdy, opening it probably required a key. With no choice, the two of them could only take it for now and figure out the rest later. Kate pretended she didn't care about the box, yet when she saw Jack returning to the tent carrying the briefcase, her eyes kept fixed on it. When Jack fell asleep, she planned to quietly steal it, but Jack had already seen through her. The two immediately got into a fight. It turned out Jack had long understood Kate's intentions. He knew she knew what was inside the case, but Kate refused to say a word. In the end, they had no choice but to stop for the time being. Still, that only made Jack even more curious. The next day, Jack found a hairpin and planned to use professional technique to open the case, but even after snapping several hairpins, he couldn't get it open. At that moment, John passing by told him that if you wanted to open a safe like this and you didn't have the key, you'd have to force it open. Hearing that, Jack finally understood, but even after he smashed the briefcase on the rocks for a long time, it still wouldn't break open. To be fair, the case really was solid. It was obvious it wasn't cheap. Right when Jack was about to lose patience, he looked up and suddenly got an idea. He went to the cliff and threw the briefcase off the edge, but even then, it still didn't open. Just as he was feeling frustrated, Kate suddenly appeared and picked up the case. Jack immediately chased after her. Although Kate ran fast, she was still a woman, and it wasn't long before Jack caught up with her and tackled her to the ground. He wrestled the case out of her hands. Seeing how worked up Kate was, Jack told her that if she just told him what was inside, he would give the case to her. Yet Kate only stared at him calmly. Jack had no choice but to turn and leave. With no other option, Kate eventually went to Luhan. She said the briefcase contained several guns. If Jack got his hands on them, everyone would be in danger. Luhan knew Kate must still be hiding something, but he also understood one thing. Jack couldn't be allowed to have those guns. The two of them first took the key from the dead police officer's body. Then Luhan found Jack and demanded he hand over the briefcase. Jack, of course, refused, so Luhan threatened him with the wounds on his body. He said that if Jack didn't hand over the case, and the wound didn't get antibiotics, it would definitely become infected. In that case, all that would be left was amputation. Hearing this, Jack's expression instantly turned anxious. He knew Luhan wasn't lying. In the end, there was nothing he could do. He finally agreed to hand over the briefcase. Before leaving, Jack warned Luhan not to be fooled by that woman. He felt Kate must have something wrong about her, and he added that it was best to see what was inside for himself. As cautious as Luhan was, he didn't need the reminder. Back in the cave, he opened the briefcase right in front of Kate, but when Luhan finally opened it, he realized Kate hadn't lied. Inside the case, besides 3 guns and some ammunition, there were only a few personal items. When Luhan saw an envelope, he guessed the thing Kate cared about most was probably that, so he handed the envelope to Kate. Kate opened it and took out a toy airplane from inside. Luhan was confused. Why would Kate care so much about something like that? Kate stayed silent, so Luhan started pressing her, demanding to know what the real scheme was. In the end, Kate had no choice but to tell the truth. It turned out she had accidentally killed the man she loved and that toy airplane was his.